Welcome to Navy Board Basics. We're going to talk about a letter to the board. This is Captain B. Getting promoted or getting selected for command or getting a job on the Navy Reserve Apply Board is really just 3 simple steps. You need to perform exceptionally in hard jobs, and then you need to get it in your record. While these steps may be simple, they are not necessarily easy. So we'll be focusing on that third step, making sure that your performance is well documented. Writing a letter to the board is not necessary if your record is in good shape and you've been taking care of it through the years. Some boards may consider a letter to the board a prerequisite for showing that you care about your record. Other boards will see it as an attempt to dive in at the last minute to improve your record. This attitude of the board is generally guided by the president of the board. In either case, however, you will serve yourself best to keep your letter succinct and to the point and follow the guidelines in this video. Rule number 1 of any selection board is to not annoy your briefer. They're working long hours from about 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. with a short break for lunch, little time to PT, and some pretty adverse working conditions. So make your briefer like you by not annoying them. Only you are allowed to write a letter to the board. The only other person allowed to communicate to a selection board on other than administrative matters is the Secretary of the Navy. This is to protect you so that there aren't any back channel communications that you're not aware of to the board. So any letter of recommendation from, say, a high school teacher, current commanding officer, local flag officer, has to be from that person via you to the board. If you can't fix your record, you need to explain it. Keep it short and to the point. Obviously, it's best to have your record fixed and in good shape, but if for some reason you're unable to do that, you need to explain the discrepancy. If you have a non-traditional career, be sure to explain it. Just a couple of sentences. Most reservists have non-traditional careers because, frankly, there is no such thing as a traditional reserve career. You may want to say something along the lines of, I got off active duty in 2005, took a year to establish my civilian career, and then affiliated in 2006, laterally transferred to the EDO community in 2009. Again, don't annoy your briefer. Keep this short and to the point and relevant. Any certifications that can't be included with an AQD should be included in your letter to the board. Don't annoy your briefer by including every Skillport course you ever took, but do include large ones like the CCNA. Merchant Marines are going to want to include their civilian certificates and master's license. If you have leadership positions that aren't documented in your record, such as a civilian position for a reservist, then you're going to want to make sure that that's included in your letter to the board. Again, short and to the point. Include numbers, impact, and length of service. Don't include any fluff. Go Navy, beat Army might be a great sentiment, but you're wasting the briefer's time and annoying them by including such things. Also, don't include anything along the lines of, I believe myself ready for command, yada, yada, yada. The board's not necessarily, well, it's actually, frankly, not at all interested in what you believe. They're interested in what you can demonstrate. You want to use the proper format. You can find this on the MPC website just by going to either the Active or Reserve Officer Board section. You can see that there in the lower right-hand corner, the sample letter to the board. And when all else fails, you can always use the Navy Correspondence Manual. Get your letter to the board in early. There is a deadline for a reason. If you fax your letter to the board in the night before the board, it may be obvious to the board member because that letter, your record, won't be ready for review when they get into the boardroom first thing on the first day of the board. So get your letter in early and make a good impression. This concludes this video on letter to the board. My contact information is there. Please let me know if you found this video helpful or annoying, or if you have any suggestions. Let me know what else you'd like to hear about, and we'll be sure to be talking again soon. Thanks.